So make sure those bands go underneath the arch of your foot so they can't escape. You can make it tougher by putting your wrist in there, easier on the grip actually, but make it really short. So first things, foot, your stance, plant your feet into the ground. Second thing is lengthen out that back, tighten up that core, and from here, only then do you move. So stand tall, put the brakes on, hinging at the hip, stand tall, okay? Apply the brakes. Keep your elbows straight. Resist the urge to throw your shoulders back at the top or your hips forward. A little slower on the way down. Just hinging at the hips. Hips go back a little bit. Stay tall. So make sure those bands go underneath the arch of your foot so they can't escape. You can make it tougher by putting your wrist in there, easier on the grip actually, but make it really short. So first things, foot, your stance, plant your feet into the ground. Second thing is lengthen out that back, tighten up that core, and from here, only then do you move. So stand tall, put the brakes on, hinging at the hip, stand tall, okay? Apply the brakes. Keep your elbows straight. Resist the urge to throw your shoulders back at the top or your hips forward. A little slower on the way down. Just hinging at the hips. Hips go back a little bit. Stay tall. Okay. So get those elbows underneath the dumbbells. From here, you're going to split your stance and push the weights up. Staying up on the toes. Bring it back to the start. Always back to the start. Split the other side. Back to the start. Double it up. Find your rhythm. Keep going. Keep your core solid. Protect that back. You want to make it a little easier. Both hands up. Toe tap back. No weight on the back foot. If you're getting tired, do singles, opposites. Toe tap, single arm. Okay, bicep curls. So again, feet planted, slight bend your knees, core tight. Bring them up and down. So these are hammer curls. If you want, you can face them forward, up and down. A little slower on the way down. Straighten your arms, but don't lock them. Always keep that slight bend in your knees and keep your core set solid. Protect that back. Stay tall. Bonus, get some grip strength going. White knuckle grip. Okay, bring them up. Put the brakes on going down. Release the grip, tighten the grip. Bring it up again. White knuckle. Okay. All right, this next one we're gonna burn the quads. This is a really good low impact quad exercise. Good for the knees too. If you have any knee issues, you can control that knee angle. All right, so from here, we're gonna sit back. So hinge at the hip, sit back, bring those feet together, lock in that angle of this knee, and just slide your other foot back into a straight line. Stretch out. Spread out your toes inside the sneaker, inside the runner for like a tripod. And from here, you're just gonna keep everything frozen except knee and elbows. Stretching out. Find that rhythm. No weight on the back foot then. Speed it up. So the leg you're standing on is doing so much work. The lower you sit back into it, the more work it's going to be. So stay on that one leg for the whole 45 seconds. Okay, a few kickbacks, loosen them up. The stabilizers are going to be challenged. Core, keep that engaged too. Right, upper body, shoulder press. Get those elbows, push them up and control them down. Push them up, control them down. You can go out if you want them. Slight bend your knees, keep your core solid. Push up, try and keep those dumbbells directly over your elbows. So as you go higher, elbows come in, so do the dumbbells. Vertical forearms. I like to do them with the shoulders forward. When I'm doing circuit training, much more control over the shoulder. From here, you're gonna do the other leg. So again, sit back at the hip. So hinge over, And then you're gonna slide that leg back. That's the one we did before. Slide that leg back. Stay tall from hip to head, don't curve over. Stretch out. And from here, spread out that foot inside the sneaker. Get those stabilizers kicking in and go for it. Tip the floor. As your balance starts fading, you might want to stick that foot out. Just stretch. Every now and again, if you do have to fall back on that back foot, make sure the next one is more controlled. Slow it down if you need to. But stay tall from hip to head and keep that angle. Get those quads burning up. Alright, from here we're going to do light shoulder shrugs. So just body weight, shoulders up and down. Now pick up a very light weight. Doesn't have to be very heavy to be effective here. A couple of bottles of water, a couple of hardback books, up and down. So shoulders up to ears, slowly all the way down. Try not to turn it into an arm flap. Shoulders up and down. Okay. Next up we have high knees. Pump those elbows or power them up. Or you have the option of taking it to the ground and mountain climbers. So bring that knee in. Keep your core solid. Whichever one you're doing, your core is engaged and you're tall from hip to head. Tougher on the mountain climbers, bring that knee across body. Knee across. Try not to bounce those hips. Toughest option on the mountain climbers, knee outside. But always going back out long. Hollow body. So the important thing is that your lower back is in the floor, chest forward. And from here, keeping your lower back in the ground, send those legs out as far as you can keep that lower back in the ground. We're going to go in and out today. And every time you come in, it's a good chance to give a reset. Stretch out as far as you can go to keeping the lower back in the ground. Exhale deeply. And it's a good chance to reset. You can support your head if you want. Or elbows towards knees. And go as tall as you can. Turn yourself into a boat. Heels stay very close to the ground. And challenge yourself. Alright, so get in that position, heels close to your hips. Hands on the ground if you want for a little bit of balance. And we're going to get that glute bridge. Squeeze the glutes, push your hips up and down. So once you find that range of movement, all the weight's on your shoulders, no weight on your head or neck. Extend out that foot. Single leg, one foot pushing down. Bonus points if you can transition in the air. Hip up and down. Keep your core solid, keep your glutes squeezed. And if you need to drop to the floor to switch, that's okay too. Much easier. 2 or 3 each leg. Tougher in the air transition. Alright, that's the glute bridge. And then our last exercise is going to be dead bug flutter kick. So similar to the hollow body, put that lower back in the ground, get those knees in, set up that position. We're going to leave those hands up high, or you can support that head. Send those legs out long, or as long as you can, and knees up and down past each other. Speed up those feet. I don't want it kicking at the knees, though. Knees up and down. Don't let your head strain forward. Anytime you need to reset, reset. And last one is going to be push-ups. So slowly down, get that chest down between your hands, power up. So extra slow on the way down. Try not to let your elbows go too far outside your wrist. Push yourself up. Down as a plank. If you need to, you can drop your knees to come back up. But I'm looking for extra slow motion on the way down. Exhale explosively as you push those hands away from you. And it is a moving plank, solid plank, so keep your core, glutes, everything squeezed. Have fun.